It's going to be an interesting one here today. And let's figure out what exactly we're pretty much drawn to the halfway mark, because after this we've got a good 8 matches left. And it's been a very exciting, well, first session for us till now. So here we have it. Lethi Vanan facing off with Rifqah, Mursyidah, Binti Mista. We started off with the female A category, which was the girls just lighter. This is the C category. Just a tad bit more muscle or height on these young ladies. Picture of concentration. Both the Pursalats, who are right before our eyes, waiting for that opportune moment to attack. Do keep in mind the fact that there has to be contact within a stipulated time, otherwise the referee is going to call, well, both of them out, give them a warning as well. So there has to be contact, there has to be an initiative. And here's Lethi Vanan actually progressing with a kick. She's landed 2 points for herself after finding the target. It's the second time around that she's done it. Just a few early worries, I would think, for Rifqah of Singapore. We're still trailing behind the points. And well done here by the Singapore Pursalat to effect that drop. Smooth, actually. They swing it around, bring that momentum and bring her opponent down first. But she's had a few worries. A couple of attempts to drop haven't been successful for the simple reason that it's been a bit tough to pull down her opponent for Rifqah. But those counters have been so important, and those planned drops, and she's got a smile on her face. She knows she's pulled in the points there. Currently leading with 6 points to Lethi Vanan's 2. And it's the third time around that she's turned that around in her favor. Lethi Vanan, of course, very effective with the kick. She's been able to land them in target spots, but it's those drops that have really been her stumbling block. And well, that's the 4th time around she's just been able to get on top of her. Young Rifqah, she's also got a smile on her face with every move executed. So ends off round 1 in emphatic the others that we've seen. Those kicks are so important, those drops are so important, but do keep in mind the fact that just as my good mate Roz, keeps pointing out time and again, your attempt to drop the opponent down, and if the opponent doesn't and you drop, you still lose points. You're conceding 3 points to your opponent. So when you drop with the ability to follow it up with bringing your opponent down, you better do it. This is exactly what I meant. Rifqah just putting herself at a disadvantage. And Lethi Vanan has shot ahead in this round. She's 3 points into the lead. There's still good 80 seconds left in this round, so no one's going anywhere. And once again, Rifqah just, with a failed attempt to bring down Lethi Vanan. She's giving her the advantage which is something that she should be careful about. Well, it was smooth sailing for her in the first round, but in the second round, Lethi Wanan has come back very strong. And this is where those breaks in between and the time spent with your coach really makes the difference, because your coach can read the opponent as well as read your own strengths. And the outcome of it will be very simple. Can they come up with, well, the goods to counter your opponent, especially when the opponent is in a dominating position? Well, the answer is yes. So 17-12, Lethi Wanan leads in this match. While we do get through this, let's not forget one effective bit that most of the Persilats will have been able to use is the kick. But this time around, Lethi Wanan still, well, pulling in her own. She's 6 points ahead now. And that's pretty much the end of round two. So round one did go to Rifqah. Mursyidah put on a really good showing with Nur Farah Binti Mazlan of Malaysia, and that was earlier in the day. And she, of course, did go down. It was the Malaysian Persilat who won that encounter to set up an encounter with Nadra Binti Sarin of Singapore in the final. But here, this is pretty much where the last round will count, and Lethi Wanan just seems to be going from strength to strength. She's on 23 points now. A few worries here now for Rifqah. Started off very well in the first round, but has just lost her way a bit in the second round. And, well, that drop, fantastic. Effecting a very, very smooth drop. Very, very sharp in her movement, Lethi Wanan. She's come with a plan. Well, almost seemed like the victim in the early part, but she's turned around to be, well, the attacker entirely in the last round and in this one. 29 points, and that's a very healthy lead. 15 points ahead. If you think about it, what a change. What an entire change from how they started off. And now 17 points ahead. So was just actually looking at this match very clearly, Roz, and I was just thinking to myself, Rifqah, who started this match in a very easy manner, she won the first round. In the second round, of course, then, as we saw, it was Lethi Wanan who came back to lead, and she had a decent lead of about 8 points.
Yeah.
Now she's 34, while Rifqah is at 15. She's just gone from being a helpless victim in the first round to being the aggressor.
Yeah.
It's a massive comeback.
That's why I have been repeating myself, you know. This Silat is 3 rounds, you know. And you must adopt during the fight, you know. Let's say the red corner, first round, she is doing well. The blue corner, you know, they have the coach over there. Maybe the coach is reading the red corner style of play.
And believe you me, that made all the difference in the second round. Absolutely.
During the break, the coach will input all those messages to the fighter, you know.
This is one of the things I actually do respect a lot about Vietnamese athletes. I'm not just saying in Silat, but you know, generally. You tell them.
They follow, yeah.
They follow to a T.
Yeah. They're disciplined lot, the Vietnamese.
What a change. What a change from 12-8 to now turning it around to 40-17.
Yeah.
Oh, she's been impressive. And from that first round where Lethi Wanan just had no answers to Rifqah, she was taken down on 3 occasions.
Yeah.
She just turned it around, and what a massive win. That is not just a huge comeback, but it's a very convincing win. So Lethi Wanan of Vietnam defeats Rifqah Mursyidah Binti Mistam of Singapore 43-17.